Jorge Moreira da Silva is Executive Director of UNOPS, the UN's logistics arm, essentially. He's just been into Gaza.
I came to Gaza with my team to go through the operation and to assess the conditions. I saw massive devastation. It's true, we clearly see the relief on the people that are no longer being bombed. We could see more food on the markets, but at the same time, I could see total devastation. The amount of rubble, we are talking about 60 million tons of rubble, includes, unfortunately, human remains, unexploded ordnance, dangerous waste, and also the difficulty of the people to access to basic needs. So the Gaza power station that is not operational for almost 3 years. So there is no electricity in Gaza.
Just in terms of what is getting in at the moment, you mentioned fuel and other essential supplies. Are those being blocked? Are they being held up still at the border?
Unfortunately, from the 9 crossings, only 3 crossings are open, but I clearly see high congestion. It took me several hours to do inside Gaza a path that would normally take 15 minutes. So there is a high congestion of the trucks because there is only 3 crossings.
So what needs to change?
It's needed the full function of the Jordan corridor, from Jordan to Gaza. All the restrictions need to be lifted. Second, we need all crossings open, and inside Gaza, we need the circulation to be managed in a way that is consistent with the needs. Because the amount of goods and commodities that are being brought to Gaza are well below what is needed. Why? Because there is this logistics constraint. So the issue is not a lack of solidarity or support for the international community and the global citizens to Gaza. The problem is the bottleneck. The fuel, it's life. The power station is stopped. The electricity lines from Israel to Gaza are also cut. So fuel is being used in generators to power the bakeries, the hospitals, the sewage, the water, everything. And then it's also important that we go from the fuel to electricity, repairing the power station. And look, we are all talking about these master plans, about $50 billion that are needed to Gaza. But my point is, can we bring immediately some millions to repair the power station, to repair the sewage, the water, the electricity grids, to bring all the shelters? You know, I was extremely impressed, James, on what I saw, which is total devastation and the people living in no conditions. You know, the tents completely flooded by the storms from the last 3 days. We need shelters. We need to start immediately the recovery and the reconstruction of that.
You talked about the distribution of aid within Gaza, and we have this situation where Israel is threatening to ban nearly 40 aid organizations that you, the UN, work closely with. How worried are you about the impact of that in the days and weeks to come?
That's one of the most serious constraints. Those NGOs, they are playing a fundamental role on the distribution of aid.
Jorge Moreira da Silva of UNOPS.